the Ombrea.
Welcome! The next thing I want to talk about is something called counterattack dashes. This video is dedicated to this matter since it's something that has some great things to be said about. I will get into what it is and illustrate it to you completely in a moment, but first I want to quickly mention why I've been thinking about adding something called counterattack dashes. When you look on the different movements we have, the only appropriate moves that create openings for us to attack with are the chakra dashes. But the most efficient chakra dash is the chakra air dash, since it starts immediately without having any startup time. But that comes at a cost, which is that the range or reach of it is half the length of the regular ground dash. So what I'm saying is that those two chakra dashes are the most used and the most efficient ones. What I want to do is suggesting some kind of dash that has the same characteristics as the chakra air dash, something where it starts instantly and creates an opening, but with the addition of it being only efficient at a close range to mid-range. And something that helps you to connect with your opponent very fast and better than using a ground chakra dash when using ninja moving. Again, this is something to make the movements more fluid and interesting. Not that the existing movements aren't interesting, but this is something that is a small addition that gives a lot in the whole perspective. Alright, so counterattack dashes are something that gives you new opportunities of attacking. It's, as I said, something that's very quick and also very handy. It's something that works as an addition to the ninja moving, as we already have in the Storm games. And it works faster than the traditional air ninja dash, where you have to press the jump button twice before you start dashing towards the opponent. That air ninja dash is very slow and you are vulnerable all the time. So with counterattack dashes, you will have a tool that's fast and smooth and make sure that you won't be vulnerable for long before reaching your opponent. But as I mentioned earlier, it's supposed to be most efficient at close to mid-range, so you have to be careful with how you use it. There's nothing special in adding an overpowered move that can't be countered in any way, then it's going to be massively abused and so on, so that won't work. So it's supposed to be just as fast as the chakra air dash, but won't have the same range as it. We could as a start talk about that the range of the counterattack dashes perhaps should be 1/2 of the distance that the chakra air dash travels. That will make it more fair, since it won't use chakra as a source for power. Not only should it be fast, but it should also be a way to quickly connect with the opponent, if you of course are within the right range or reach. And that's why I'm saying here, it's most effective when you're close to your opponent, because it doesn't have that big reach. If you're too far away, you'll just stop midways or something before even reaching the opponent to attack. The idea is that you can easily connect the traditional ninja moving with this move, so you can create diversity in your gameplay and approach your enemy in new and more sophisticated ways. And it's only within the right range where you will be able to pull off the counterattack dash to reach the opponent almost instantly. The way I imagine these counterattack dashes to be performed is by tilting the left analog and then just press the jump button once. The function, as described earlier, is to give a tool that makes you quickly dash towards the opponent in one jump, whether he's on the ground or in mid-air. You will basically have a dash that works within a certain close to mid-range, and it doesn't have any slow startup animations. The conditions for counterattack dashes, as mentioned earlier, should only be most efficient close to mid-range, It should have the same speed as Chakra Air Dash, but it should not have the same distance or reach as the Chakra Air Dash, since it doesn't require any chakra to perform. And it should start immediately, unlike the ground Chakra Dash. Okay, this subject had more to it than I imagined in the first place, so in the next part, as I originally intended to do in this one, is talking about controllable chakra dashes and some new levels of dashing as well. So stay tuned. I'm Spin09, and as always, thanks for watching.